This 17 News at Noon podcast is brought to you by Clinica Sierra Vista.
Welcome back to the 17 News at Noon podcast, where we share your news on your schedule.
Good afternoon, and thanks for joining us for the News at Noon. I'm Alex Fisher. Illegal street racing is being blamed for the fiery crash last night that killed a 19-year-old woman. Police say the driver of a Ford Mustang was racing a motorcyclist on Panama Lane just west of Acres Road around 6:30 p.m. The two were racing on Panama when the driver of the Mustang lost control, crossed into oncoming traffic, and hit another car. The driver who was hit, 19-year-old Bianca Danielle Flores, was killed. Her passenger was also hurt. Meantime, witnesses noticed smoke coming from the Mustang after the crash and pulled the driver out before it went up into flames. That driver, now identified by police as 35-year-old Iqbal Singh, was arrested on charges of murder, vehicular manslaughter with gross negligence, engaging in a motor vehicle speed contest, and reckless driving with great bodily injury. The motorcyclist sped away. If you have any information regarding this incident, you're asked to call police at 327-7111. An update now on a story we broke yesterday morning on 17 News at sunrise. Kingston Healthcare Center will officially shut down, according to a letter sent to residents. This morning, 17 News obtained a letter sent to those residents saying the facility will close, although the letter did not specify an exact date for shutting down. The nursing facility, notorious for its handling of the coronavirus pandemic, received a letter from the Department of Health and Human Services this week saying the facility would lose its license and agreement with Medicare and Medicaid. That prompted the facility to make the decision to close, according to that letter Kingston officials sent to residents. The letter says residents inside the facility will be assigned an individual physician to help people find another nursing home. We reached out to Kingston Healthcare Center, but they refused to provide any information on the closing. 17 News is your local election headquarters, and today an update on a few races for the upcoming election. 17's Maddie Gannon joins us now to explain the new candidates. Maddie?
Alex, this afternoon we have a fresh round of candidates throwing their hats in the ring to represent Kern. Today, Imelda Ceja announced her bid as a Democrat for the newly drawn 16th Senate District. Ceja serves as the president of the Kern, Inyo, and Mono Counties Labor Council, is on the board of registered nurses, and works as a project specialist for Kern's public health department. On the congressional side, two new candidates are trying their odds at taking down Kern's seasoned congressman. Salon owner and Christian Republican Adam Medeiros from Hanvert declared a run to challenge David Valadao in the new 22nd district. Meanwhile, Ben Duell will take on Kevin McCarthy in the deep red 20th. Duell is the director of the Eastern Kern Air Pollution Control District Hearing Board and says he is a centrist Democrat or independent. Medeiros and Duell join a now long list of candidates vying for Kern's seats in Washington. In studio with your election roundup, Maddie Gannon, 17 News.
All right, Maddie, thanks so much. President Biden addressed the nation this morning following a raid in Syria that led to the death of the leader of ISIS. Military officials say the target detonated an explosive, killing himself and other people. The Biden administration called this counterterrorism operation successful and says the world is a safer place. NBC's Bree Jackson is in Washington this afternoon with the latest.
Mr. President, one word about Syria.
The counterterrorism raid happened overnight in northwestern Syria, killing the leader of the Islamic State terrorist group. Speaking at the White House Thursday, President Biden praised the work of U.S. Special Forces.
And thanks to the bravery of our troops, this horrible terrorist leader is no more.
According to U.S. officials, the ISIS leader was on the third floor of the building when U.S. special operators arrived. Senior administration officials say the target exploded a bomb that killed himself and members of his own family, including women and children. President Biden and Vice President Harris watched the raid from the Situation Room.
Send a strong message to terrorists around the world. We will come after you and find you.
The Biden administration says the suicide bombing appears to be the same cowardly terrorist tactic seen in the 2019 operation that eliminated al-Baghdadi. In Washington, Bree Jackson, NBC News.
Hello, this is Tim Callahan with Clinica Sierra Vista, and we're excited to unveil the Community Health Center of the Future, our comprehensive care center. It's located right across the street from Memorial Hospital. We have every service under one roof, from family medicine, OBGYN care, dental services for adults and children, behavioral health, and much more. So find your way to better care at Clinica Sierra Vista this year at our comprehensive care center. Visit our website, clinicasierravista.org, for the latest on this project.
The spread of coronavirus continues to slow in our county, although it's still infecting more than 1,000 people every day. This morning, we learned of another 1,000 people who have tested positive for the virus. That is according to local health data. We also learned of another 6 lives lost to COVID-19. There is good news, however, for our hospitals. The number of patients receiving care is significantly dropping. 234 people are in the hospital with the virus. 41 more are in the ICU. A father will spend the next decade behind bars for the killing of his 3-month-old son. The baby was found unresponsive at a home on LaFrance Drive in October 2017 and died a week later. Daniel Cimental was sentenced to 11 years in prison yesterday after pleading no contest to voluntary manslaughter in the baby's death. Meantime, in a separate case, the 35-year-old pleaded no contest to spousal abuse and false imprisonment charges. Charges of second-degree murder and assault on a child under 8 resulting in death were dismissed. From our 17 follow-up file, and the mother of a 16-year-old boy killed in a hit-and-run crash is asking the public to come out in remembrance of him at a memorial service later this month. 16-year-old Angel Beruman was hit by a car last Tuesday as he crossed Niles Street at Brentwood Drive. The driver of the vehicle that hit him has not been found, according to police. Beruman's mother says the public is invited to the service on Tuesday, February 22nd at 10 a.m. at Basham Funeral Care on Niles Street. Attendees are asked to wear lavender, Angel's favorite color. The family has also started a GoFundMe page to help with medical and funeral expenses. So far, they've raised nearly $15,000 of their $20,000 goal. If you would like to donate, just head to our website, kget.com. Possible changes ahead in the way Bakersfield selects its police chiefs going forward. City Manager Christian Clegg gave a presentation before the City Council yesterday on the possibility of adding an amendment to the city charter that, if approved, would allow the city to recruit nationally and hire police chiefs from outside of Bakersfield. According to the city charter, the police chief must be selected from within the upper ranks of the Bakersfield Police Department. But the State Department of Justice, as part of its civil rights settlement with BPD, says the city must prepare a proposed charter amendment for the November 2022 general election, asking voters to allow the city to hire future police chiefs from agencies other than BPD. Placing the question on the November ballot would cost the city about $100,000. The Bakersfield City Council has declared February as Safe Surrender Baby Awareness Month here in Bakersfield. No shame, no blame, no names. That was the message the council showed before Mayor Karen Go presented the Safely Surrendered Baby Coalition with the proclamation. The video will be playing in several movie theaters this month in hopes of reminding people that this law exists. The coalition says 90 babies were safely surrendered in Kern County since tracking began in 2006, including 8 in 2020. Newborn babies can be safely surrendered at any Kern County emergency room or fire station within 72 hours of birth. No questions are asked, and anyone who does so has 14 days to change their minds. CityServe is continuing its series of workshops to help landlords and tenants catch up with past due rent. The nonprofit says the Eviction Prevention Starting Point program can offer landlords 100% of unpaid rent accrued between April 1st, 2020 and March 31st, 2021. Tenants can also receive 25% off past due rent. The next workshop is set for 10 a.m. tomorrow at Jesus Saves International in Shafter. For a future date and for all future dates and locations on these workshops, just head to our website, kget.com, and click the hot link icon.
Hello, this is Tim Callahan with Clinica Sierra Vista, and we're excited to unveil the Community Health Center of the Future, our comprehensive care center. It's located right across the street from Memorial Hospital. We have every service under one roof, from family medicine, OB/GYN care, dental services for adults and children, behavioral health, and much more. So find your way to better care at Clinica Sierra Vista this year at our comprehensive care center. Visit our website, clinicasierravista.org, for the latest on this project.
The 17 News at Noon podcast is a production of KGET and Nexstar Media Group. For more on all of the headlines in today's show, head to kget.com.